All right, everybody, happy Tuesday. Look at this. We've got the clouds filled in as expected today. So this is the very beginning of our next system. It's coming. It's going to bring us some changes. So we're going to be switching gears from what has been some awesome spring weather. It's just been amazing here since the weekend where we've had sunshine, and the weekend was in the 60s and we got into the 70s. Today was still a really pleasant day, but just turned a little bit gray. Tomorrow, though, we're going to be cooler. We're going to be rainy. We've got likely chance for showers, and it's probably going to be a good steady soaking rain. So let me show you the latest of what we're working with here. All right. So first off, this is just kind of the bottom line for Wednesday. Rain is possible in the morning, but it's likely in the afternoon. So maybe you'll see some in the morning. You probably will have at least some around, but count on it in the afternoon. This now looks to be a good steady soaking rain. Yesterday it was looking like as the core of the rain for us was coming in, it was still going to be kind of broken. It does look more solid, more filled in the latest stuff. So that's new information that's come in on our high-res future radar, which I'm going to show you here in just a second. So this is good. You know, May is one of our rainiest months on average, and looking down the line, there's not a lot outside of this system. So we're going to want this. It's going to be beneficial. Our lawns are going to love it. Mine is. I'm looking forward to that. All right, so here's the setup. Let me show you kind of like behind the scenes what's going on. So this is this evening, about now, we're tracking showers to our south. But watch as we go into tomorrow. This is not an overly powerful storm system, but it is big and it's broad and it slings that. You can see it's aimed right at Kansas City with this funnel of showers and maybe a few thunderstorms in the mix. The actual area of low pressure is down in northern Oklahoma, southern Kansas. And here you can see it upstairs. So what this is kind of a somewhat rare weather setup where we get this kind of W shape that's set up with two low pressures. One of them you probably can't see because the graphic. There you go. You can see the other one. It's moving up to the northeast, then high pressure, then low pressure. It's a little bit funky, but they're slow moving. So this is a big dip in the jet stream, a big area of low pressure, and we're just stuck under that low for tomorrow and even into Thursday. And whenever those pass over, they bring just kind of unsettled weather. They typically aren't that strong, which is exactly what we think with this one, but they can bring you some rain. So here's the timing. Now your morning rain chances are on the table, about 30%, so decent shot that you'll see a little something in the morning. But this is the kind of rain where if you don't have your umbrella, you can probably bolt from your car to the office door without getting too wet. I mean, it's going to be brief, it's light, it's patchy, it won't hang all that long, it's not going to slow you down too much while you're driving, all that kind of stuff. Now, the afternoon's a different story. We go from 1 to 7, and all of that is a window where you should expect rain. Really, for Kansas City, 2 to 6 is the prime window, but I'll give an hour buffer on either side. And this is where you need the umbrella. This is going to be probably pretty steady soaking rain, and you're going to get wet if you step outside and you don't have the umbrella with you. It's more solid, filled in. It's going to last a while. Whenever it comes, it's going to be sticking for at least a couple hours. And then by the evening, it should taper back off. So closer to sunset, you'll see it drop down. So just kind of planning for tomorrow. The change is not only the rain, but because of the rain, we're going to be quite a lot cooler by about 10 degrees. So we're going to be, thinking about the umbrella. My kids are going to love it because they're going to have the rain boots. They can go puddle stomping. And sweatshirts. Enjoy that. We are running out of sweatshirt weather. That's going to come to an end real fast. But tomorrow you can get away with it. So let me show you the first warn future radar. And here we are this evening. In fact, let me start out with the actual radar, what it looks like now. So there it is. You can see how big this system is. I mean, heavy rain down here in East Texas and Louisiana. They've got flash flood warnings. This is where any severe weather would be. We do not expect severe weather with this for us, but they've got a lot of it going into Mississippi, big strong line there. And then we're on the northern edge of this, and then you can see all the way back over here into western Kansas and even into Denver. So big area of wet weather. Now for us, all that we have right now is the cloud cover, but you do see this little bit that's down south of us with some patchy light rain. And there's a shot tonight that you see a sprinkle or two, and you'll see that on the first warn future radar. Watch as we go deeper into the evening. You see that? It's not much, but you could catch a quick raindrop out there this evening, especially after the sun goes down. More likely into tomorrow morning. So here we go. After 3 o'clock in the morning, now we're starting to get into the actual rain event, but it's still, this is scattered. It's going to fight some dry air. There we are by 7, 8 o'clock. So you start your Wednesday, and You step outside, some light showers can't be ruled out. This is going to be kind of patchy again. So compare what we have in the morning, which is rain is possible. Good shot. You'll see a little bit. Now we're into lunchtime. There's noon, something like that. Now you see it. All right, Ottawa, Paola, Butler, by lunchtime, you guys are getting into it. And then look at this. Widespread rain starting at about 2 in Kansas City, but it's a thick line that's going to take some time before it completely passes over. So 2, 3, 4, it's ongoing, and we're socked into it. So there's 3, there's 4 o'clock, and that ought to be a pretty good soaking rain. Maybe a few thunderstorms in there, but again, not severe. It looks, bright with the reds and all that stuff, but the ingredients just aren't in place to see strong storms or very tall storms. And I'll take you a little bit later. There we go, 4, 5, 6, still wet, but then it starts to break apart, and we get closer to sunset. This is by 8 p.m. Sunset's a little after, quarter after 8. And if you've got, something going on there, odds are starting to look better that you're going to be on the drier side. So that's how tomorrow looks. How much rain could we get out of this? It was looking like it would be fairly light, not a big soaker. A quarter of an inch would have been great out of it. But now we're thinking more. All right, so 3/4 of an inch, around an inch, not out of the question. I think fairly widespread, upwards of a ½ inch along and south of I-70. North of I-70, you guys don't get as much. The whole area is on the northern side of this system. The farther north you are, the less rain you're likely to get. So Maryville, Bethany, you guys may not get much out of this at all. All right, so that's through Wednesday. Now, we've got more on Thursday. I'll get there in a second, but first let's talk about this evening. There's a live look out over the K again. We've got gray skies and the sunset tonight. This is one of my favorite things about this time of year is these late sunsets. 8:16 is the sunset time for today, and then by the end of May, we're going to be about 20 minutes later than that. We're going to be back to 8:37, and twilight will be past 9 o'clock. All right, temperatures, even with the clouds filling in, we made it well above normal today, got to 74. We're at 71 right now. And for the evening, still pretty mild. Temperature's going to hang in the 60s largely. Rain chance is just a real slim 20%. Maybe you'll get a sprinkle. After midnight, now you start to see it pop up a little bit. And then by tomorrow morning, we're back into the 50s. Now, the MO here lately has been cool mornings with a rapid warm-up into an above-normal afternoon. Now, tomorrow is going to be a little different. So no major delays, still generally a green light. Again, for your morning rush, I don't see big slowdowns. 55 will actually be one of our warmer mornings with some of that rain around. But then watch how the day shakes out. All right, so we're still in the 50s at 9. We're barely out of the 50s at lunchtime, and then we don't go much farther than that. All right, so 62 by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and those red boxes highlight, hey, these are the zones to pay attention to because you should expect rain during those times, and an east breeze at about 10 to 15. So, yeah, just May showers around for us. Temperatures, you can see where it's less rainy tomorrow. Maryville and Bethany, you guys are going to be warmer because you don't have the showers to cool you down like the rest of us, but from 70s to 50s. I mean, Paola, Harrisonville, Warrensburg, some of our wettest areas during the afternoon, the heart of our warmest time of day, typically are going to be socked in rain, so that's going to keep them cooler in the 50s. Okay, let's get you the 7-day because there's a lot of good news on here too. And Thursday. So Thursday's got a 30% rain chance. Let me show that to you here. All right, so this is how Thursday looks. Best chance to see rain on Thursday is going to be in the morning. It's a different animal, though. This does not look anything like Wednesday. Yeah, we'll probably have a little rain here and there. There's 11. And then we break free from it into sunshine for the afternoon. So it's not a first warn day. It's not going to have a big impact on us. And then that's it. I don't have any rain after that. 73 on Friday. Friday's amazing. Saturday, 78. We've got NASCAR Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Saturday's the truck race. Sunday's the main race. But 70, we still have low humidity too. So just an excellent weekend to be outside. Then Mother's Day, here, let me get you a full 7-day. Mother's Day, 81, low humidity, light winds, pure blue skies. It's awesome outside. Like, make your reservation now because it's going to get packed. Anything with a patio. Monday, Tuesday, low to mid 80s. We are on an upward trend. By the middle of next week, we might be in the upper 80s. It might start to get kind of hot around here. It's going to start to feel a little bit more like summertime. So, all right, everybody, that's the latest for us for now. By 10 p.m., we'll have new First Warn Future Radar, the high-res, real good, juicy stuff. So I'll share that with you on the 10 o'clock newscast. Hope that this helps you plan your day for tomorrow, and always appreciate you joining us. Take care. Have a great night.